reduce the cost of doing business and ease the cost of doing business and reduce the transaction cost of clearing goods, customs should work 24 hours as it pertains in other parts of the country. So the 24-hour economy will work, and be assured that it will succeed. It requires enormous internally generated funds. Madam Vice Chancellor, you have led us on a very high-speed race into digitalization. The MC at some point. We have in the chair this morning our very first female Vice Chancellor for the university, who before assuming the reins as Vice Chancellor was Pro-Vice Chancellor in charge of Students and Academic Affairs, and before that was the Dean of School of Languages, and before that was the Head of Department for the Department of Linguistics. Our Vice Chancellor she holds extremely important positions. First, African Humanities Society's President, Vice President for Commonwealth University, and several other such positions. A Vice Chancellor, I'm sure that those of you who know her, is extremely passionate about students and students' welfare. Therefore, is driving the university's strategic plan to get students to enjoy it. Not just last week or so, she commissioned the latest Students' Comfort Zone to provide space for our students. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Vice Chancellor. Before I invite you, let me quickly, yes, please put your hands together for our Vice Chancellor. What I've enjoyed from you. I have in the house, he said, Ghana's ambassador to Turkey. Please put your hands together. He was also the chief of staff for an MPhil in finance from here. We also have Mr. David Ochre Nyako, our alumni president, the president for Alumni Association. Yes. Your nickname, I forgot. Dona. I always forget the name. I remember the very definitely
catalyst for growth in a 24-hour economy. It is not surprising that the University of Ghana Business School chose this theme linked to the 24-hour economy. As a school, I believe that you're already in the 24-hour economy with your regular programs, weekend programs, evening programs, and online programs. And you've taken the lead ahead of the mark. And so I of the school for sustaining this tradition over the decades, as it remains a vital platform for dialogue between academia, industry, policymakers, and the broader society. Today, I see people here from all over. This is a testament to the University of Ghana's commitment to excellence and impact through engagement and partnerships, which happens to be our fourth strategic priority. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in an era marked by rapid technological advancement, shifting consumer behavior, and evolving market dynamics. In response to these realities, governments around the world, including Ghana, are adopting bold policies that aim to maximize national productivity by harnessing the untapped potential of round-the-clock commerce, services, and innovation. In such an economy, market innovation and entrepreneurship is no longer optional. They are essential, serving as the engine and the wheels of sustainable economic activity. The businesses that will thrive are those that can adapt to a constantly evolving marketplace, design customer-centric solutions, and consistently create value. We see evidence of market innovation and entrepreneurship all around us, from mobile money payments to artificial intelligence and data analytics technologies that have given rise to new ventures catering to customers' needs around the clock. At the University of Ghana, we are fully aligned with these national and global priorities. Our strategic plan outlines 5 priority areas: transformative student experience, impactful research, commitment to our faculty and staff, engagement and partnerships, and sustainable resource mobilization and stewardship. These areas provide a strong foundation event. The attendance has been impressive, both in and out. CBS knows how to do it. That will serve as a catalyst for reimagining the role of higher education in driving marketing innovation, entrepreneurship, and inclusive growth within Ghana's emerging 24-hour economy. Thank you. A distinguished pleasure to introduce the Minister for Education, who is serving as our keynote speaker / special guest, and is representing the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Mahama. The Honorable Minister, the most important part of my introduction is that he's an alumnus of this great university. And a very committed one as that. I know Mr. Bokusakodia wants me to add that he's a vandal, but I want to add that. He's a very committed one. Only last week he was here to support the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Student Financial Aid Office. And quickly upon my prompting, he has established a scholarship in memory of his mom. I was once at a program where a politician made a commitment right here on campus, and he added that, well, as for us, you have to chase us otherwise. But we didn't have to chase him. Before close of day, he had paid up the commitment. Thank you very much. Hon.Haruna Iddrisu is a legislator in the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana. And he's been at this since 2005. He's a lawyer and a politician, quite a deadly combination. His brilliance is admired by many people. We know him well for his eloquence, logic, and coherence. At the same time, he's noted for his simplicity, yet elegant and pragmatic ways of resolving complex situations. And working with him for the past, how many months? 7 months, I can attest to that. He holds an LLB degree from the University of Ghana and a barrister at law certificate from the Ghana School of Law. And he has been a member of the Ghana Bar Association since 2002. The Honorable Minister is telling me that it is enough, but let me mention that it's important for me to mention that here, that he was the president of the National Union of Ghana Students in 1996.
Members of faculty, registrars, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me also add that all other protocols observed. I got notice from the office of the president late evening yesterday to attempt to come to the University of Ghana to represent him for the celebration of the 45th Management Week under the theme Marketing, Innovation and Entrepreneurship as Catalyst for Growth in a 24-hour economy. Who am I to have said no? And who am I to have refused an opportunity to reconnect with University of Ghana? So with some pride and humility, I accepted the honor to come and attempt to step into the shoes of President John Dramani Mahama momentarily for a few minutes as I attempt to deliver what his thoughts are on marketing, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And to the young ones gathered in this room, when Prof. Nanaba was introducing me, I was particular about her last introduction. He was president of National Union of Ghana Students. And I'm sure we used to call him not Sakotia, but Kolowawa. Attest that it was in this room, same hall, that I presented what was then referred to as a manifesto to be accepted as NUC's president. I was in the same hall, so it gives me some nostalgic sense. But at least, again, an opportunity to tell you, the young ones, that tomorrow's leadership is yours, and tomorrow's Ghana is yours. And to borrow from Justice Baule before I come to my main speech, when he spoke about marketing, innovation, and entrepreneurship as catalyst for growth in a 24-hour economy, the team aligns perfectly with the recently launched 24-hour economy policy of President John Dramani Mahama in his recent agenda. Madam Vice Chancellor, distinguished students, what the President is asking for is for all of us to change how we work, how we produce, and how we grow. And having listened to Justice Baule today, even how we learn can fit into the 24-hour economy. That we should not narrow ourselves to the conventional working hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And that productivity necessarily should not slow down merely because there is sunset. And that after sunset, we still can make meaningful contribution to spur the growth of our economy and spur the social and economic development of our country. So all the president is asking for is a mindset change and to change the narrative. President Hon.Haruna Mahama, again, in launching the 24-hour economy, emphasized two important things. One, an enabling environment. How do we provide an enabling environment for the private sector to triumph and to provide leadership in spearheading the 24-hour economy? Only today I was reading from one of the professors who cautioned government that let 24-hour economy be led by the private sector and not government, so that it does not fail as a government-driven exercise or enterprise. We will heed to that promise. So the 24-hour economy intends to produce and change entrepreneurial mindset, not only in relation to product development, but how we connect and even how we serve customers will also be part of it. Marketing innovation, whether through digital platform, artificial intelligence, social commerce, or immersive brand experiences, will be fundamental. Even today, the mere discussion of 24-hour economy in this forum will give you an opportunity to input the policy in order that you can improve the policy delivery for the Ghanaian people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when it comes, even the pursuit of the 24-hour economy, we will need quality human capital. And that will be products of this university and other public institutions or tertiary institutions in Ghana to drive the 24-hour economy, whether you are working in the public sector or in the private sector. We all must admit, and those of you who have read Professor Wood's book, the public sector of Ghana is choked. In every country, we should be talking about downsizing the Ghanaian public sector. But I know, as Madame VC observed, the politicians, do they have the will and the courage to do that which guarantees the future rapid development of our country? So it is not enough to just announce a 24-hour economy. How digital are we? And Madam Vice Chancellor, I should publicly acknowledge the innovation and transformation you have brought to the University of Ghana, particularly in improving its digital ecosystem in order to improve the access of young people to digital technology. Commendable, and continue to do more in order that young people will be exposed to it. Since the assumption of office, President Mahama have honored major pledges he made to the Ghanaian people. And to University of Ghana, I'm sure Madam Vice Chancellor, you are still celebrating him. Only a week ago, we proudly handed over, all day through a transitional process, the University of Ghana Medical School to be an integral part of the University of Ghana and an essential part of it. It was a campaign promise we made. So those of you who thought politicians don't honor our words, President Hon.Haruna Mahama have honored his pledge to the University of Ghana that the UGMC will be under the autonomous management control and supervision of the university. We are looking forward to the 3-month period which was given to the transition team to submit its report, and the President will wholeheartedly hand it over to you. Since our assumption of office, we pledged to establish the National Research Fund. We have done that and committed 50 million Ghana cedis to the takeoff of the National Research Fund. It's been operationalized with the composition of a board and an appointment of a Director General to oversee its affairs. Ideally, even as I heard what Vice Chancellor Professor Nanaba Apianfo is doing, we should extend internet fiber and connectivity to every institution of higher learning. Indeed, at the National Education Forum, she made a brilliant presentation on the need for government to establish innovation hubs in higher institutions of learning. We are considering that very, very closely. I do not intend to give a long speech, as I was guided by what was given to me as a referral from the office of the President. Let me conclude once again by thanking you for the honor of inviting Excellency John Dramani Mahama to be your special guest of honor and keynote. He had to travel to Kumasi yesterday. I'm sure he's back today this afternoon, and that necessitated the late evening changes. So 24-hour economy, let us all adjust to it, let us accept it, let it be private sector driven. And I conclude with just the enabling environment. And you are academics, those of you who are studying, there may be a particular the President has directed that in order to reduce the cost of doing business and ease the cost of doing business and reduce the transaction cost of clearing goods, customs should work 24 hours as it pertains in other parts of the country. So the 24-hour economy will work, and be assured that it will succeed. It requires enormous with the Minister for Finance, Agriculture, Energy, Environment, and others supporting him to cost what it means to do a 24-hour economy. And the President has cautioned ministers and public sector heads, if you say passport must run 24 hours, when the queue finishes, are you going to work 24 hours? So necessarily, we are guided by you that this will be a private sector-led initiative, with government only seeking to provide an enabling environment. Madam Chair and Vice Chancellor, let me conclude. Today I intend to walk through Parliament, if I'm successful, to get the Scholarship Authority Bill passed into law without sounding repetitive. I'm happy to note that under the new Scholarship Authority, we will provide for what I earlier described as the President's Excellence Award. Every year, when the West Africa Examination Council makes a determination of the 10 best students at WASI, all those 10 students will receive the President Excellence Award for their full training in any tertiary public institution of their choice. And we mean it. When we get it running, we will work to reduce nepotism and cronyism in the award of scholarship and give it to those who merit it and those who deserve it. In particular, recognizing training you for the manpower needs of our country for the future. Once again, accept the President's apology and accept my honor and pride for being part of today's ceremony. So, Professor Bowley, as you bow out, we wish you well. I'm sure there will be other roles that you will play. And this University of Ghana Business School, just look in the Ghanaian governance, business, management landscape. And each of you here must see yourself in what leadership the products of this school have provided. I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Another round in acknowledging the special invited guests that we have in our midst. I'd like to first of all acknowledge the presence of Professor. We'd also like to acknowledge Dr. Desmond Akabli, President of the
for a kind introduction. Honorable Minister and Special Representative of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Apiamfu, Vice Chancellor, University of Ghana, Professor Justice and Baole, Dean, University of Ghana Business School. We have a Pro-VC here. Thanks for this opportunity. Faculty members, staff, students and friends, distinguished ladies, guests, and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to be here today representing my team at the British Council to deliver this address as a guest speaker at the 45th Management Day celebration. Let me quickly add that this is a very important assignment for me. In fact, I haven't been in the best of health and almost sent someone to deliver this presentation on my behalf. But I strongly believe that when one generation has an opportunity to pass on something to the next generation, that task is very crucial and must not be taken lightly. That's why I decided to work through my discomfort and come here in person this morning. And interestingly, I have my colleague here, Paul, sitting in the first row. In fact, he probably has my speech as well. So I told him, Paul, if I can't do it, you have to come on stage and do it for me. So we prepared 2 speeches, one person, I'm here. Particularly exciting for me also is to see so many young and eager faces here today, reflecting that wonderful energy we all associate with enterprise. And last but not the least, it's good to be back, just like Honorable Minister, to University of Ghana. I left here in 1993. I did economics and philosophy. So, if you're struggling with your econometrics, the differentiation and the integration, don't worry, we all did. In fact, at some point, from first year to second year, I was given the chance to major in economics, and I walked straight to the office and said, no way. Please do a combination for me. And that's how I combined economics and philosophy. And of course, shout out to my VMate colleagues here. The theme of this celebration, marketing, innovation, and entrepreneurship as a catalyst for success in a 24-hour economy, is not only timely, but deeply resonates with the aspirations of this country and a great many economies around the world. My delivery today focuses on the second sub-theme, entrepreneurial ecosystems and policy support for 24/7 enterprises. I'll look at entrepreneurship from an ecosystem lens, but also from everyday experiences, so it comes alive for you this morning. Ghana has taken a bold step with the introduction of the 24-hour economy initiative. And people like me, and I'm sure many other around the world and in this country, think it's a good step to take. It's a direct response to the growing need for more flexibility and productivity in our economy. The aim is to harness the full potential of our workforce, extend business hours, and create more opportunities for job creation and economic activity. The architects of the program have taken pains to drum home the point that a 24/7 economy means more than just keeping the lights on at night. It's about creating an environment where businesses can thrive at all hours, supported by infrastructure, policy, and a sustainable entrepreneurial ecosystem. As the initiative's document boldly puts it, this is about transforming production, markets, and human capital in all areas of the economy. And if you go through the document, it talks about Grow 24, which focuses on agriculture, Make 24, focusing on manufacturing, Fund 24 on financing, Show 24, creative economy and tourism, Connect 24, logistics, and so on and so forth. All these are designed to address specific structural bottlenecks in Ghana's economy while creating a seamless framework for 24-hour production.